Hey everyone, welcome to the Hyperbolic Time Chamber. Today, I wanted to talk to you about something that I'm sort of dealing with at the moment, and it's tied to very much to the last episode that I did, which is pursuing a dream, taking a year off to do it. And I'm recording this at night, but I'll probably be posting this next week at some point. I just basically came back from an acting class. At some point this evening, before the acting class, or as the acting class started, I just started getting into my head about what am I doing with myself. In terms of, what am I doing like this? What am I doing with my time? Is this like I'm not getting anywhere? You're spending time, you're spending money. Every bad thought and every doubt out of nowhere starts coming in. And I'm trying to think to myself, where's this coming from? I was having a good day today. I was focused. I was, just planning my day out. I had class. I was looking forward to class in the evening. I was looking at some other podcast stuff and just trying to, do my own thing in terms of just trying to get better and learning things and whatever. And for whatever reason, this evening, this just thought or this funk came to my mind. And I was going through class and we had some exercises and we were working through them. And the first set of exercises, I was sort of off. And then as the night went on and finished up just now, I felt better. Mainly also because the work just also clicked a little bit. But it was just hearing my acting coach talk about some things. Just kind of put things into perspective. And it just also reminded me in general about a lot of things. Not just creative, but all things. Is to just do the work. And I mean, it probably sounds pretty self-explanatory, but I guess what I'm saying is do the work in spite of what it might yield or the expectations you might have of yourself and of that work, especially when you're trying to go from where you are to where you want to be, right? And that where you want to be might be very clear, might not be, but at least it's in a general direction which you are definitely interested in going in. And it's easy to get into your head about, what about this? What about that? Will this go exactly how I want it to? Will that go exactly how I want to? It's not going well right now. It's not exactly how I want it to be right now. I'm not feeling how I want to be right now. And if I'm being honest, I definitely have fallen prey to that often, where I'm very much about, how do I feel about this? How do I feel about this? And I think at times that's great. Depending on the thing that I'm trying to deal with and I'm trying to tackle, that's fantastic. You should definitely check in with yourself and figure out, do I want to do this? Am I happy? Is this something I really want to do? But when it comes to the point of you are doing something that you want to do, but then the doubt and the fear and the hesitation, all the bullshit noise starts creeping into your head. And yeah, again, I don't know how and exactly it clicked to me, but I was just driving back, and I think I've been reading some books as well. And as I said, what my acting coach was saying, and I'm reading The War of Art by Stephen Pressfield. I mean, I don't think there's a lot of people who don't know about this book. Maybe they do, or maybe they don't. Sorry, I mean, I'm here. It's a book that I've been running into a lot, and I was chatting with a fellow actor who's doing very well for himself and just applying himself brilliantly. But he was kind enough to give me, some of his time and just to chat. And he was telling me about this book as well. And this book really just talks about this in terms of resistance, which is that force that stops you from doing the thing that you want to do, gives you every excuse in the book to, halt progress, go backwards, stay where you're at, not want to do anything. And I was just walking up the elevator, like getting out of my car, coming up the elevator, and I was just giving myself a pep talk saying, just do the fucking work. Just do the work. You're happy today? Do the work. You're not happy today? Do the work. And I'm not just talking about acting. I'm talking about the podcasting. I'm talking about anything. For myself, and of course this might probably resonate to you and with you and, relate to you. But whatever it is that you're trying to do, just do it one step at a time. One thing at a time. And I think this is also tying into the fact that I'm doing this podcast. I've gotten this wind. I want to do this. This makes me happy. I feel a sense of satisfaction and creativity doing this. But in the very same vein, there is that part of me, that voice that's saying, where's this going? Do you think you can keep this up for a year? Forget a year. Can you keep this up for a month? 2 months? 3 months? You've never done this before. And I want to beat that voice down into the ground. Because that voice, aside from that, it gives you nothing. Actually, it just gives you more fear and anxiety. You keep going through this loop in your head about, okay, well then what? Then what? I don't know what to do. I don't really want to go back to what I was doing. I don't know what I'm doing right now. I don't know where I'm going. Fuck that noise. And I think, again, this is if nothing else, this episode really feels more to me like a personal journal entry. Just do the fucking work. Do the podcast. Do the episode. One at a time. Take the classes. Do your auditions. Think up ideas if you want to make your own film. Write scripts. Apply yourself. Collaborate with people. Connect. Network. Just keep taking steps towards the things you want to do. Because if you stand still and let that voice take control, you're just crippling yourself and you're paralyzing yourself. And I hope, actually no, I have faith. I'm glad I'm doing this. I was not planning on recording this podcast, but I came home and I thought, I feel strongly about this. This is something that is hitting me very hard, in that I want to be able to remember this moment, look back at it, capture it. And I think in a lot of ways I'm happy that this podcast exists, because I feel a sense of responsibility to myself to say, okay, you said you're going to do this, do it. But also this is something that I can just look back for myself and listen to and be like, damn, you were motivated at that point. You were excited. You were, focused. You had a sense of urgency, a sense of purpose. So, yeah, I needed to put this out there for myself, I think, more than anything. But to anybody listening to this, whatever it is that you're doing, creative or otherwise, if you're feeling like, I don't know what the fuck is going on, I don't know where this is going, I don't know if I can, I don't know if this is something that I should even try. If you ever found that this is something that you want to try and you're at that point of trying to do it and all these voices come, just take the step. Do one thing at a time. Do the work. And then wherever it falls, it falls. Because I had this strange thought as I was driving. And I probably spoke about this on my episode in taking a year to pursue acting. A year, for example, is a year. If by chance you know the length of your life and it is a long life, a year is a negligible amount of time. So if you pursue something and nothing really comes of it, or it doesn't go exactly where you want it to, or it doesn't yield the type of fruit that you're expecting it to, it's a year in a long life. Cool. But on the opposite end, if it's a year in a unfairly short life, it's that much more important for you to take the time to do whatever the hell you want to do in terms of, a pursuit, a goal, anything. Because you're gonna die soon anyway. Right? So it was a bunch of things running through my head on this drive back and coming up the elevator, and I was thinking to myself, why am I just overcomplicating things? Just shut up, do the work. Do the work. Just do the work. That's it. Everything else will sort itself out. Things are going to happen regardless. Good things, bad things, life just moves on. It's relentless. We have no choice in that, no control. We know which way time goes. So what you have in control is your ability to apply yourself to whatever it is that you are wanting to do, trying to do, wanting for yourself. So do the work, step by step, one day at a time. That's it. That's really all I wanted to put down on this podcast. And anybody listening, I hope this helps in some way. If it's meaningful to you, if it resonates, fantastic. Until next time, take care, and I'll catch you on the next one.